This year marks the 20th anniversary of Safer Internet Day, celebrated every February 7th, so we missed it by a day here, but it's to promote safer and more reasonable use of online technology. Joining us this morning with some tips on how you can protect your home internet, which can be extremely important, a lesson you don't want to learn the hard way, is Blaine Fisher with Tulane School of Professional Advancement. Mr. Fisher, good morning to you. Let's talk passwords. I know we hear it all the time, have a strong password. Why?
Yeah, so most people want to put their password, and most people, hacking is not done like it is in Hollywood. They basically do something we call social engineering. It's more Sherlock Holmes work. If someone knows you, they know your kids' names. It's probably going to be your kid's name. It might be your birthday. It might be the address to your home. So anything that's easily guessable, you want to change. So you want to be able to alternate those characters and kind of make it harder for them.
One day we had a guest on the show a couple years ago, and he suggested that you are only as safe as your weakest password, that if they can get into some account, that opens up a wide door. Is that true?
That is very true. So pretty much someone knows their weakest password. Unfortunately, their weakest password is their only password, and they use it for everything.
That's really important. So you might really be careful about your bank or your investment account or whatever, but if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for your social media account, you need to get on there and change it, I guess. One of your tips, I know, is to locate the router in a central location. Why does that matter?
It seems simple, but keep in mind that your router blasts a signal every which way. So you want to make it as harder for someone to access or get on your network. If you move it towards the center of the house, it's less likely to make it as far, especially like if you're in an apartment, you have it against the wall, then of course all your neighbors have access to your Wi-Fi if they know your password.
Is there a particular, a lot of us, let's face it, buy a router and we never think about it. Is there a particular type of router that we should be looking for if we hadn't gone super modern?
Yes, what I'd like you to do is if you look at your router, your physical device, and just look at the brand name and the model and Google it. Find the manufacture date. If it was manufactured before 2018, it's under what's called WPA2 protocols, and now we're on WPA3. So everything past 2018 is the most up-to-date security protocols on those devices. So if you find that's the case and you're leasing your router from your internet service provider, call them, negotiate a deal to get the more up-to-date version.
Well, I say to that, I don't have to worry about that. My router's newer by barely, but I never thought about it. I have to admit, I never thought about it. And a lot of us never think about updating the firmware.
Yeah, so basically when you log into your router, I know it's kind of a pain to have automatic updates, but if that's an option, go in there and select automatic updates. If you probably got it from at least from your internet service provider, might not have the most up-to-date software, and it's aggravating to get nagged about software updates. 90% of those updates are security patches. That's where you get the most up-to-date security protocols for your internet.
Very good. And then your last thought was to have a guest account so people can, and the modern routers will let you do that, where you have a whole separate internet that your guests can go to. Blaine Fisher from Tulane, thanks so much for the advice. Very handy. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, 8:17 now. Zach Friedel is looking at some